to enjoy some land back behind their house, since the lots in this area are all larger than the Claycombs, and by getting parcel A, they have more land just to enjoy. So that wraps up a brief summary. Again, the follow-up review by the township engineer dated January 14th, 2021. Besides comments on the waivers, the only other comment is to either install the monuments or to post an escrow of $500 for the installation of the monuments. And the applicant would choose just to have those monuments set before we submit plans for signatures for recording. So Alex, I don't know if you have anything to add to that, but that wraps up a summary, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions the Planning Commission may have.
The only thing I'll just explain further for the Planning Commission that we did basically recommend an acceptable plan revision that they did. Since it was just a minor lot line adjustment, we didn't want to hold it up for another meeting just to get this review out. So we helped expedite with Matt's quick progress in making the minor tweaks that we've requested. And just so that you know that the reason behind the requirement of them being aware about the wetland delineation is because, as Matt said, if they do some construction in the future, there are riparian buffers that they have to stay outside of. So the purpose of that is to make sure that they're aware of finding what that riparian buffer limitation is. So other than that, we felt that all the waiver requests were very reasonable, and we did not have any concerns with that. So we'll give it back to you, Charles.
Hey, Alex.
All right.
Hey, Alex.
Yes.
I got a question about something I saw on the plan. It's a 100-foot easement for sanitary sewer trunk line. Can you explain that to me?
Well, I think that when this whole development was originally subdivided back, I forget if it was in the 60s or something, Matt, but they basically, I guess, were contemplating, a potential sewer line. So they have this easement line already established from when the original development was set out. And it pretty much almost mirrors where the stream is, and there's a riparian buffer that's established off of that stream that almost aligns with that. And then the only thing that the riparian buffer might get increased larger if the wetlands are wider than the stream banks.
Is there a waiver for the easement?
I mean, yeah, the easement is very clearly delineated on the plan that Matt prepared.
Yeah,
okay. It's pre-existing, Greg.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Alex mentioned, I believe these lots might even go back to the 50s, Alex. I'm not sure, 50s or 60s.
It's very old development.
Yeah. It was all the lots in this area which front Chichester, they're all kind of long, narrow. And I think at the time there was a contemplation that a sewer trunk line might go up that stream valley. So all the lots contain that easement. Now that trunk line was never installed, but the easement still exists. You'd have to take positive action to have the easement removed. Otherwise, it just rides with the title of the property, which is what's happening here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Are there any other questions? Let's get down the line here. Chuck?
No, I don't have any questions.
Cindy?
Yeah, I do have a question, and it's for my own education. What is the purpose of asking them to delineate the contour lines or for the topographical information? Why would we normally require that?
Well, generally, usually with a subdivision, there's associated construction proposed. So if you have the contour lines and you're performing grading of the property, you'd have existing contours and proposed contours, so that whoever looks at the plan, the Planning Commission can have some idea of the amount of disturbance which is going to occur on the property. It also would tell you if there's steep slopes on the property. But again, since this is just a lot line change, that there's no contemplated construction, we thought it was a reasonable request to save the applicants some money, not have to go through that exercise, since there's no construction proposed.
So it's just a general requirement for all subdivision plans.
Well, yes, yeah, you could
Okay, all right,
characterize it that way also.
all right, thank you.
All right, thank you, Matt. Thank you, Cindy. Joe?
No questions.
Okay, Greg, any further questions?
No, I'm good.
Okay, so essentially then, if I want to summarize here, we had a request for 4 waivers in addition to the approval of the plan. It looks like that the engineer and Matt have worked this out to the satisfaction of the engineer, and unless anybody has any objections, let's put this up for a vote and whether we're going to recommend this to the township or not.
Public comments? You want the public comments?
Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Yes, before you have a vote, you should open it up to any public comments or questions.
All right, so for public comments, you can call in at, excuse me, 1-571-748-4021. That's 1-571-748-4021. And your passcode for getting in is 101-082-352 pound. Passcode is 101-082-352 pound. Give that a couple minutes to see if we have any interest out there.
Go back there. Here's the. Oh. Moment. What?
Barbara, is Andrew monitoring that?
Yeah, he's 1 more minute.
Okay.
East.
Okay. It's okay. It's good. No public comment.
Okay, with that, we'll take a vote. In favor of recommending acceptance of the plan to the Board of Commissioners. Barbara, you want to call it? Record it?
Okay. Charles Fisher,
Yes.
Chuck Lewis,
Yes.
Cindy Charney, Cindy Charney,
Yes,
Joe Shaw,
Yes.
Greg Trader,
Yes.
Making a lot of noise. Stop it.
All right, well, it's 5 favorable, 0 in the negative, and we will, Matt, we will forward a recommendation to the board.
Thank you.
And now give you a couple seconds to switch gears. Matt also will be representing the next property under consideration, which is 650 Cherry Tree Road.
Matt, would you mind getting your cursor and putting up at the very top on the left and put it on the next plan, right
Okay.
there. Switch it from the pen.
Oh,
There you go. Thank you.
Now, Matt, if you will, just for a second, just so everybody knows that this is a sketch plan that we're looking at, not a preliminary or final request. And so go ahead, you can proceed from there.
yes, thank you. as just mentioned, it's a sketch plan. It's just submitted to the township to receive some initial comment from township officials and the planning commission. The first step in a long process, and we realize that this is informal. Nothing said here today is binding. Just an information gathering process.